Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fifth lecture series on managerial accounting. And I'm your instructor, Jamal Haider. Okay, so our learning objective 4 and 7, we left some of the learning objective of 4 in our previous class. So let's complete here the two objectives. Number 1, the understand the flow of the cost in job order costing system and prepare appropriate journal entries to record the cost. Use T accounts to show the flow of cost in a job order costing system. Here we go. So the flow of cost is that the transactions basically in T accounts and the journal entry form that captures the flow of cost in job order costing system are illustrated in the following slide. So remember, a hint, what is journal? A journal is chronological order of day-to-day transaction recordings, so in which we have debit and credit entries. So each entry contains both debit and credit. And what do we mean by T accounts? T account is called ledgers. The right-hand side is called credit. The left-hand side is called debit. And basically, this is the account format of representing an account. Okay, let's talk about this. Here we go. So you see here the T. So this is the T account of what? Raw material, work in progress, and manufacturing overhead. So purchase and issue of raw materials. So remember, there are three kinds of inventories in a system. Number one is raw material. So when raw material comes, you need to store that one. So that is also your inventory. All those unfinished goods, that is also your inventory. And those finished goods, that are also your inventory. So in a company warehouse, there are inventory system, and that inventory system stacks or record three kind of inventory: raw material, WIP, work in progress, and FG, finished goods, right? Okay, so let's talk about, sorry. Oh, I cannot cancel that. Need to do it again. Here we go. So when raw material is purchased, wait a second. Wait a second. Erase all. Can I erase all here? Wait a second. Okay. The beauty of T account is that, so whenever, so the beauty of T account is that we can make T account in advance or even before the journal entry. So how we can do that? So for example, if we purchase a raw material, so remember, raw material is our inventory is our asset, and inventory increase, asset increase, so we write it down on debit side. That's why when raw material is purchased, it is written on the right left hand side. So when in a factory, when goods are produced, they need raw material. So raw material also going to the work in progress, which is the job cost sheet, in which the workers are working, so they require material as well. So when material are requested, it means material would be decreased. Decrease in inventory means decrease in assets, so that's why it is written on the credit side. So direct material will go to the work in progress. Right here, they will make goods, okay, finished, unfinished goods, and then from here we will go to the finished goods section. So direct material will go to work in progress. Indirect material will go to manufacturing overhead. Manufacturing overhead is our expense, So when expense increase, it is always written on the debit side, which is the left-hand side, right? Okay, here we go. So when raw material is purchased, entry purchased on account, which is purchased on credit, entry would be raw material to accounts payable, right? So now the direct materials issued to a job increase the work in progress, because raw material, from raw material is issued to work in progress. So work in progress increase, which is direct material, and also some indirect material is also issued from the raw material. Yes. So both of expense increase, which is manufacturing overhead, which is also debited, and we credit to raw materials. So raw materials is our inventory. Inventory decrease mean credit side. So indirect materials used to charge, used or charged to manufacturing overhead, and also decrease the raw material. For example, you have a go down of raw material in which there are lumber, there are the nails, the hammer, the lubricants over there, right? The staplers, the different kind of stuff. So the work in progress is going to be used lumbers, staplers, glues, lubricants, right? So these are called indirect materials. So raw material is coming to the work in progress in two forms: work in progress and manufacturing overhead. There we go. And then in working progress, semi-finished goods, one thing also we will be used is labor. Can you mute your volume, please? All of you guys. Alima?
Yeah, hello, sorry I was late, I just joined.
Okay, please mute your volume. Okay, thank you. So, in work in progress, which is the semi-finished goods, when you start working on the raw material, converting that into finished goods, you incur labor as well. So that's why there is no labor stuff in raw material here. You see here in our previous example, previous slide. So there is no labor here, right? Because this is the raw material is going to work in progress. In work in progress, we incur both the direct labor and manufacturing overhead as well. Okay, now here we go. So direct labor, how it will go to the work in progress? So here we go. So these are salary payables, right? Not the salary expense. The salaries occur, you not paid, we make it a liability. Liability increase, we write it down on the credit side. So worker is working on work in progress. So we are including the cost in the work in progress of labor cost. We are adding it. So work in progress is our inventory. Inventory increase, which means debit. So that's why direct labor is written on the debit side. Similarly, the indirect labor, like the guard, the supervisor, and all the stuff. So all those salaries, they are included in manufacturing overhead. Manufacturing overhead is our expense. So expense increase, it is written on the debit side. So similarly, like direct material is going directly to the work in progress and indirectly to the manufacturing overhead. Similarly, the labor, all the salaries and wages payable, they are the direct labor is going to the work in progress. Indirect labor is going to the manufacturing overhead. Here comes the entry. So direct labor is also charging to both. The entry would be work in progress, since it increases our work in progress. Increase in work in progress means increase in inventory. Increase in inventory means increase in asset. An asset increase, we make it debit. Manufacturing overhead is our expense increase, always debit. And our liability increase, the workers are working for us, we are not paying them right now, so we call this liability. So we are increasing our liability. So work in progress, manufacturing overhead 2, salaries and wages payable. Here we go. The other overhead, which are not, we did not include it here, so we just included here as well. So when there are other overhead, for example, we have insurance, accumulated depreciation, right? So that increases our manufacturing overhead. Look, that increases our manufacturing overhead. What are the others? Like insurance, like others payable that charges to manufacturing overhead, insurance, depreciation, right? So accumulated depreciation will increase because this is the contra account of asset. So that's why when asset increases debit, when accumulated depreciation increase, it means credit. So don't just confuse with this one. This is accumulated depreciation, which is the contra account of assets. Prepaid insurance. When prepaid insurance charges to manufacturing overhead, prepaid insurance decrease, mean asset decrease, which means credit. Property taxes payable, right? Taxes are now due but not paid, so that's called we increase the liability. Accounts payable, the others manufacturing overhead, like payment to the to janitor, this kind of stuff. So still it's a liability. So all others manufacturing overhead are also charged to manufacturing overhead. And then we talk about the overhead. So work in progress using a predetermining overhead rate. So in advance, we calculated the overhead rate and we charges to work in progress so that we can have a costing and then we can have, give green signals to the customer that we can take the order. And after the order, then you compare your plan or your estimated with the actual one, right? So if the actual and applied manufacturing overhead are not equal, it means there is adjustment required. So remember, whatever we make here, we call this product cost. Product cost consists of direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. So direct material, also it's easy or convenient to find from raw material T account. Direct labor, we can also find out, it's easy. We can find out through salaries and payable, right? So for overhead, which is indirect labor and indirect material, which is hard to find out in advance, so we estimate. So we charge the overhead applied here, right? So if the overhead applied and actual is not equal, then we have a discrepancy or difference. Then we need to adjust that difference. In order to adjust that, in accounting, how we adjust through entry. So let's do that. So when we charge manufacturing overhead applied, then entry would be we increase the work in progress and we decrease this expense. So decrease in expense means credit, increase in asset, which is work in progress, debit. Here we go. So there are also non-manufacturing costs like administration cost and selling cost. So non-manufacturing costs are not assigned to individual jobs. So that is not included in product cost. That are period cost.